Excuse the air conditioning, it's 100 degrees out. These are the Samsung, not Samsung. In conversation, you might get that confused. Samson Z55s. So obviously named after me. Thank you very much, Samson. And they sent me this pair to review, and I've had them for a while. Way too long. Because I've been putting it off. Because I've been putting all those off. And it's time to get them all on the table here and go at it. Now, these are the Brainwaves hybrid pads in there because, as with all headphones, they come with just the bottom tier possible. I mean, look, they work. They're not leather, but they do a pretty good job of imitating leather. And they're flat and stiffer than they should be. It's like standard fare now. Just assume that anything that looks like a studio monitor headphone is going to have crappy pads. So I immediately put on these hybrids. Oh my god, Chewbacca, you've been everywhere. And improvement, comfort obviously. Improvement of sound a little bit. Now, one of the reasons I put off this review is these sound great. I mean, legitimately put them on and you're like, wow, Shure 840s versus this? Toss up in audio quality. An actual, like, listen to it, like, close your eyes, like, hear the sound and the separation, and wow, for closed monitors, these sound amazing. The problem is their cost for their build quality. Bag, standard bag, comes with a coiled wire. It's obviously a removable cable here. They're using the Audio-Technica thing, so any Audio-Technica add-on cables will work with this. Comes with a straight, I think this is 10 foot. I unwrapped it once and I wrapped it back up because, I mean, look, it's nice. It's actually pretty nicely feeling cable here. Comes with this, which is a little tiny 48 inch, 46 inch portable cable with a microphone, 1 button, 4 pole. So just this cable alone, if you can get this cable, you could use it on a lot of headphones. Build quality. Now, yeah, they're light. They're actually really light compared to some of the other monitors. And the cups themselves aren't bad. That's aluminum, it's got the name in there. And so when you start moving up to this plastic, to these shiny, just no. And then there's the pivot, and the pivot feels like, oh god, $50 headphone pivot, gonna break. And it hasn't broken. I've used them, but it doesn't, nothing here feels quality. I'm sure that's just plastic that looks like chrome. And the edges are all sharp. It just, you know, put them on my head, ask how much they cost, and I'd say they cost $200. Put them in my hands and say how much should these cost, and it's going to be under $100. This part is actually probably my favorite. Not the bad favorite, but you know, it's got the standard giant chunky handhold here. That is nice and pad. Look at the padding on that. Oh god. So I don't have to do anything about the top. The pads need to be changed, obviously. Padding on top's good. If you can get past the seeming lack of refinement to this bit here, then these are excellent headphones. They're excellent sounding. I will not deny their sound quality is superb. Like here, hold on. Get off Quando. These are high-end. These sound high-end. And Samson, I know my roommate was a big deal with them because they're always the cheap ones, like the $40, $50 Samsons. He'd get them and be like, look, these are as good as this, these are as good as that. Fine. So when they sent me their top-of-the-line Z55s, they are as good as other. Let me think of other. You ready? Are you ready? MSR 7s or the Samson Z55s. I'd have a hard time picking. I'd pick the MSR 7s because I don't think they'd fall apart. And these haven't fallen apart, but on sound quality alone, I'd have a hard time picking. These are, and they're not V-shaped either, they're neutral. And they've got soundstage and imaging and they don't hit you with any sibilance. The low end is solid. I have nothing bad to say about how these sound. I have quite a few things to say about how they're built. The wires are, you know, this is whatever it is. I don't know. I'm using it because it's the shortest, unless I use my add-on cable that I got for the Audio-Technicas. Oh, that chrome is killing me. This is a review about sound versus build quality and price. It's those three things we're concerning ourselves with. They are an A in sound. Just A. They're an A. They should compete with everything in the $200 price range. In the closed $200 price range, these are fucking way up there. Like right up there. Like the Gorillas, November has come. Perfect. Alt J's Matilda. Great song, by the way. Everything is clear and concise and great. And they put this thing on it. And they charge $200. So, they're an enigma that you're going to have to figure out. Will I recommend them? They're going to pop up and they're going to be like, well, you could get these. You get the hybrid pad. So now you've spent, I think these are now like $24. I don't know. I'll link them and I'll tell you. You'll figure it out when you see the link. But you're talking about over $200 to get something equivalent to MSR 7, a little more neutral. Like the Sony's Sony's focus on the A1's focused on bass. The MSRs are more of a V shape with extended bass, extended treble. Then you get into those NAD Visos and PSB M4, God, numbers and letters. Why can't they just call a set of headphones the Roxannes? Like the Nighthawks. You don't have to know what I'm talking about, I would say Nighthawks. But this is I mean, look at that. That's good. The cable comes out. It's good. This is it's good. They just need to fix this. And then, if this was built as well, and I know people say the Shores don't hold up. People are saying like the 840s and the 440s. Unless you get into their high-end Shores with the 15s, that the build quality is sketch. But the sound quality makes up for it. So, the build quality is sketch, but the sound quality makes up for it. I'm going to throw these on the recorder. I need you. Just here listening to them because I've had them on the table for a while now. I'm like, alright, let's do the Samson review. We'll get that out of the way. And it's like, God damn it. Fucking sounds so... Alright, Samson. Message for you guys, because I'm sure you're watching this because you sent these to me. You're monitoring my activities. They sound amazing. Double whatever the cost is to build this, because I'm sure it costs $3.87 to build this. Double that to like $8. And then whatever that comes out, whatever the finished result of that is, charge $204 and yeah, perfect. Oh, and get rid of these pads. There's no point in headphones that aren't comfortable. That's rule 1, Z reviews. The headphone is uncomfortable. There's no point. So you try to make it comfortable, and if you could do that without altering the sound in a bad way, i.e. hybrid pads, then you've accomplished something wonderful. So if you need lightweight, even if they're heavier, Samson, if you need lightweight, close back, neutral, high-end sounding, decent soundstage studio monitors, here they are. It's this or the 840s now. Those are the two. These versus M50s, what would I take? These versus the M40s, which are over there. That gets a little more interesting. But that review's not right now. That review's coming. Sound demo.